Well, hello, Budget Dolls. I'm Margeaux, and welcome to Budgets unTamed. Yeah, you're right. I'm back to the plants. I know that when you see these plants, you know that there's something going on with my budget. I use the plants to help to just calm my brain and to also get rid of some of the microaggressions. I think I will come back to it if I have to. Yeah, so I have been dealing with an issue that I knew was going to come back to bite me. So what I did was I just tried to get ahead of it and not let it actually bite me. So honestly, it took a small bite, not a big bite. Yeah, so when I left my home state of Delaware and then I moved here, I left behind some loose ends dealing with my taxes. So my taxes were finished that year. I sold the house. I didn't make any money. I just got it out of my name, really, so I could move on. And I didn't have any exemptions or withholdings to put against. And my son got to a point where he aged out when he finished with college, and he aged out. So there was nothing for me to put my paychecks against. So I had to, pretty much I was paying. So all of these years, I've always gotten a hefty refund because I had the house and because I had a child. And then it gets to the point where all of a sudden one day it was like, you're going to pay a hefty amount. So I just let it pile up and I didn't pay anything. And I just got to the point where I was so bad that I didn't even file my taxes. Okay, because every time I went, they were like, oh, it's going to cost you $10,000 this year. I'm just like, oh my God. And this whole time, nobody said to me, this is what you're doing wrong. This is how you got to fix it. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. So I found this guy in DC who is a comptroller at some business, but he does help people on the side. And he said, hey, you got to get those years filed. Let's do that. I won't charge you a whole bunch. I just need you to get them filed. I'm not worried about how much you're going to pay me right now. I'm just looking at you, a hardworking person, and I want you to get those years filed. Now, this is what's going to happen. And he told me, they're going to charge you. And they're going to charge you a lot. And you have to be ready to pay it. So what are you going to do? So this was maybe 2 years ago. So he filed taxes for me, and I want to say it was 5 years, maybe 7 years of taxes that I had not filed. I'm being honest with you. I had not filed them. I was like, I ain't paying that. I just turned my head. Oh, my goodness. So he said, this is going to cost you, and, you can contact some type of a business to help you get this taken care of, or you can do, you're going to have a payment arrangement or something, but you got to get this paid, because if not, they're coming for you. They're not coming for you. They're coming for your paycheck, and they're going to take as much as they want because they're the IRS. I was frozen in space, frozen in that spot. It took me 2 years to figure out what to do about it. So he was like, okay, just so you know, I'm filing these. When I file these, eventually they're going to come after you. So that was in 22. He filed them. I didn't hear anything from the IRS for a while. And then eventually I did. They sent me a letter saying, we've received your taxes. Please call us for whatever. And so I did. I called them and I was like, okay, yeah, I need a payment arrangement. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And the lady was like, okay, well, you can get this paid off by September. And it was like February, March. And I was like, that's not going to be paid. Anyway, I just went along with it to make it look like I was doing something, but I really didn't do anything. And then 2023 came around. I didn't file. 2024 came around. I did not file. But I had put those other years into place and had received information from IRS, so I'm on my way with those, right? So I'm thinking, okay, they're going to get off me because I've done what I was supposed to do. So the guy was telling me, you got to get 23 and 24, you got to get those filed. I didn't do anything. So one day, I want to say a month ago, I received a letter in the mail from the IRS. No, this was maybe two or 3 months ago. Let me be honest. And they said, you owe $38,000. This is how much you owe us. And this is how much you need to pay. And you need to pay right now. And I was like, oh my God. So this is the first ugly letter that I got from them. I'm so hard-headed, I still didn't do anything. So they sent me another letter back saying, hey, you haven't filed 23 or 24 and we need those. File those, turn them in, and then we'll tell you how much you owe, and we'll tell you how much you can pay. Contact us at this number. I'm not calling that number. So, but I did turn 23 and 24 into this guy, and he did get them filed for me. No, he did not. He held on to them until I said I was ready. That's what he did. Okay, and then in the meantime, I received another letter in the mail saying, your approximate amount that you owe is $43,000 because they were calculating 23 and 24 in there. Oh my goodness. When I tell you, I was so sad because I worked so hard to pay my bills, get them all paid up, get my credit cards paid down. Something about that large lump sum coming out of my paycheck was just had me frozen in my spot, in my shoes. I just could not function. And when I tell you, like, I'm not a dumb person. I know better. Oh my God, just working so hard every day and then having somebody else take your money away was just something I didn't want to do. And I didn't have people around me to say, hey, this is how you fix that. Because I kept it in. I didn't speak about it. I kept it in. So I owe about $45,000 to the IRS. And I haven't made a video. I got paid the other day and I just didn't even do anything. I didn't make a video. I didn't budget my money. I just started going out eating, and I don't even eat out that much. And then I gained some weight for this last month, and it's just like, oh my God, what do I do now? But, so I was talking to the guy, and he was like, yeah, you need to deal with the fact that you're going to have this arrangement, or you can get some kind of way they'll say you don't have to pay it back, but, with the dollar amount that you make and in your profession, you probably are going to have to pay something back. So, just be prepared. So I still tell them, hold on to 23 and 24. I feel like I'm in a holding pattern, so nothing's going to happen. So just hold on to it. Don't do anything. And so he held on to it for a little while longer. He's going on about his life and his job, doing his thing, what he does. It isn't affecting him any, so. So in the meantime, I did a little digging, like, what steps can I take? And you're just going to have a payment arrangement. You're going to have a payment arrangement. I was like, okay, I already know that. But how much is this payment arrangement going to be? And in my mind, I was just like, oh, my God. Okay, I'm willing to pay $300 a month. I'm not paying all that other money they're probably going to ask me to pay. I'm not paying all that. So then I talked to the guy again, and he was like, yeah, well, that attitude is what got you to the place you're at right now. And with a dollar amount like $43,000, you're going to be paying more than that per month. So get your head ready for it. And I said, okay, well, realistically, I can do about $400. I'm not doing any more than that. Oh, God. I still just didn't do anything. So I haven't done anything. So has this ever happened to anybody? I mean, at this point, I don't even know how to fix it other than use my savings account to pay off my credit cards, or at least some of them, so that I'm freeing up money in the month, and if they take a big payment from me, I can afford it. That's like the worst scenario. But I can't think of anything else. Has this happened to anyone? I mean, does anyone have any ideas on how I can get through this? Let me know.